Hey guys, Vicky here, the crafty chick, coming to you live from my studio right here in Middle Tennessee. And I was 2 minutes late. And these events run very strictly on the hour. And I just flubbed the dub. Flubbed the dub. I could not get ready quick enough. But I am ready now. I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready. Who's ready to go live with me and see what I have to offer today? I'm on now. I'm on now. Hey, get me shared out to all the groups. And I'm going to just go live at Two Chicks Craft. How's everybody doing? Want to tell you we're going to do something a little bit different from now on. I am going to be giving, let's see, we are making a huge tray today. Something for, could be your countertop, it could be your bed, it could be, in fact, I got to go get my clock. It could be on top of your bed, it could be on top of your uh bolster in the middle of the room, your footstool, into your couch, anything like that. It's one of those big trays that you put a little vignette on it, and we're going to put a vignette on it today. And we are going to decorate that vignette as well. So, hello, Miss Brittany. Hello, Lisa Mary. Hello, Teresa. Thank you, Julie. Okay, so if you share me out, well, I'll just talk while I paint. How about that? I'll just talk while I paint. I'll pull you in this way so maybe you can't see my water and stuff. Okay, so I'm Vicky, the crafty chick, and I go live right here in my studio in Middle Tennessee. If you have seen me before, throw me a heart. Hello, Miss Lisa. In fact, if you've seen me before, you can throw me a bunch of hearts because you know the last hour, hey, Teresa, is going to be full fun, and we're going to joke. Thank you, Teresa. We're going to joke, and we're just going to have a good time for the next hour. Okay, so my round is a little over 20 inches in circumference. And I am just freehanding this around here, which probably is not the best, but my other choice would have been to tape it all around. And good Lord, Pete, that would have taken us forever, wouldn't it have? That would have taken us forever. So I thought just one time around on a 20-inch circumference. Hello, Miss Jana. So, Chalk Couture has changed their policies. Well, that was not a steady hand. And I'm allowed to give out on my live. I'm allowed to give a transfer, an A-size transfer for follows, shares, commenting, anything like that. Okay? So the more you comment, the more likely you are that I'm going to call your name at the end of the show to get a transfer. Now, along with a transfer, it's a stencil, right? Hey, Jana, it's a stencil. And along with that stencil, I will send you a little pack of Happy Mail. Okay? Can't tell you what's in that. You probably might could put two and two together, but if you've seen me before, but that's what's going to happen. So I am promoting. Hey, Laura, shares. Thank you, Miss Laura. And I'm going to write the individuals down as we go because it shows at the end who shared me out, but sometimes it does not catch those individuals. Laura Cova, Calva. So if you are an individual, make sure, and Teresa, you also, right? Hello, Courtney. So I am excited about that new rule, law, whatever you want to call it. I am using the color Storm on the inside rim and the top of the rim, and I will also use it on the outer rim. I probably won't do that outer rim until after the show, though, just because of time constraints. So, how can you use chalk paste? I'm using it to paint right now. How else can you use chalk paste? Hey, Jill. Hey, Christina. If you sprinkle me out, make sure you let me know because you're going to get your name in the pot for an A-size stencil. And I can do that every show. How else can you use chalk paste? Those of you who watch me all the time should have this information. Answer up, answer up. If you just know one way besides painting, let me know that one way. Hey, Chris, how are you today? If you just know one way that you can use chalk paste besides painting, because obviously you can use it to paint with, because that's what I'm doing. And I told you that. Thank you, Chris. Let me write you down because you get your name in the pot for an A-size transfer. Napoleoni. Stencil. Yes, for an A-size stencil. That's right. Thank you. Thanks for helping, Miss Fergie. Miss Fergie. Oh, what did anybody do this weekend? Thank you, Miss Sheila. You could have, you just with that one sprinkle, you could have a A-size transfer coming your way. Oh, an A-size stencil coming your way. The rules have changed. So, what? Y'all didn't answer my question. There are 3 ways you can use chalk paste. 3. What is one of them? Or maybe we'll start with an easier question. Maybe we'll start with use the paste to stencil. So, oh, okay. Okay, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. So, we're going to chalk with that paste. We're going to push that paste through the stencil. That is what Miss Fergie is saying. That is one way. Yes, ma'am. Let's start with an easier one, okay? Thank you, Miss Vanessa. Let me write you down. Venessa, bird song. What surfaces can you use to chalk on? Name them one at a time. Give me one. And then write another one as fast as you can. Okay? Okay, so we got the top and we've got the inside. Now, I got a little bit on that inside, and I'm just because I did that, I'm going to come and put a little bit more. And then I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with it, I hope. Either that or I just messed up my whole project. And that has happened before. What can you chalk on? Miss Sheila says metal. She is correct. Wood. Fabric. Yes. I see glass. Yes. So I'm just going to come in here and where I got it on the bottom, I'm going to come in here and just kind of take my wet wipe. Now, y'all know I just use water wipes. I don't use baby wipes because baby wipes deteriorate the stencils. So if I were to use it accidentally to clean one of the stencils, that would not be good. All right. Metal, glass, 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 metal, fabric, wood, glass, paper. Good, Jana. I see lots of fabrics. Ooh, I see a new one. Mirror. You can use it to decorate a mirror with. You sure can. And some of you on here are seasoned chalkers. Now see what I did? I just darker along the edges, lighter on the inside. Now I'm using water wipes. Water wipes. And I used the same one. So now I'm going to change and get a clean one. And just make sure it is variegated from top to bottom. Okay, now I'm going to set this in the floor and I'm going to let it dry. Okay, fabric, mirror, what else we got down here? Glass, paper, yes, Miss Laura. Metal, glass, chalkboards, that's a new one. Yes, you can chalk on, you can use this on chalkboards. Now, here we have a little cute light from Goodwill. Okay? Type Goodwill or thrift store if you go to Goodwill or thrift store. Is it not the cutest little thing you ever did see? So, I'm going to turn the battery on, and in here is a light that has those little fairy lights in it. Who knew, right? So I just thought it was a little light. I didn't realize that it had the little fairy lights in it. But I'm going to turn it off now to conserve the battery because this is what came with it. And I imagine what came with it is not going to be super um, long lasting. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is, um, I belong on in Chalk Couture on Team B. Let me grab my thing up here. It'll pop up in just a minute. There it goes. There it goes. So when I belong on Team B, that's the big team that I believe on, that I belong on. Now, y'all help me remember that that's upside down. And I'm going to try to keep it from rolling just like that, okay? So, if you sprinkle out, let me know. Wood surfaces, yes, Teresa, wood like you buy at Hobby Lobby, and wood like that comes out of the garden shed. You can do both, okay? You can do both. Now, since I'm on Team B, I love bees. It's spring. We are going to chalk some bees on here. Now, the other night, I did this whole transfer with y'all. I did the bees and the floral in the middle. But today, since those um since those X's were already there, I decided that I was going to just put a B in the center. Well, this is where, I tell you what, I'm going to do it somewhere else first. Let me do it down here. I got to think about running my arm through it. Okay, here's my B right here. I always start at the top. I hope my head's not in the way. I always start at the top first. And I need to look at one thing. I may have put up my little sheet I'm on decoupage with. No, I didn't. I guess that's all right. Let's look at it and see. Yeah, that's all right. That's all right. Um, I'll show you the project in just a minute. Boy, this is almost perfect to do every one just by laying it down, but it's not quite. When you are painting or chalking or anything where your medium is wet, you need, now I need to lay that right back down because his wing I did not get. So let me lay that back down. And neither wing did I get. That's better. Not great. I didn't get those wings down there either. Okay, y'all remind me, get the wings. Let's see the print before you move on. All right, we getting them this time. The reason you do the what's farthest away from you first is because if you do what's closest to you first, there we go, you will drag your arm through it. How many of you have dragged your arm, hey mom, drag your arm through your project and smudged it? I've got 35, 40 more minutes. Chuck is fixing dinner in there. You're welcome to stay. Okay, she came to use my restroom. I'm just happy I still have a mama to stop and use my restroom. To stop and use my restroom. She is 20 years older than me and she just turned 83. And I guarantee you she's been out shopping all day long or out running errands all day long. She may have gone, hey Tina, how are you? To dry it or blow dry it. That's right. You've got to dry it or blow dry it before you move on to another section, right? Okay, and see, I didn't do this down here first. So let's get it done. All right, now, this that I'm doing today is on fabric. And I'm using chalk paste. Normally, like the shirt that I have on, this was done with a stencil. Normally, you would use what to do a shirt? What would you use to do this shirt with? Come on, y'all know the answer to that. What medium would you use to do this t-shirt? Is it chalk paste or is it something else? Yes, drying it with the hair dryer and then moving somewhere else would be good. But I can't always seem to remember to do that. So I always start farthest away from me first and come in so that farthest away has time to dry before I run my stinking arm through it and break it. Not break it, ruin it. Or have to modify it. Call it a happy little accident and have to modify it. Ink. You are right. We are doing our t-shirts and our canvas bags in ink. And then I'm drying them and I'm going to dry that before I move on. And then I am heat setting them, okay? So, when you do a surface that needs to be washed, you always use ink. Always, okay? Now, this surface is never going to be washed. So what are we going to use? What medium are we going to use with this one since we are not going to wash it? Isn't it turning out cute? Now I got a little spot right there. I'm not going to worry about it. This is a worry-free life. A worry-free life. Now that is already dry, so I can easily pull it over and do the last 6 or 8 inches. So what medium can I use on this one? Can I use ink? Yes, I can. I just have to make sure it's really good and dry before I start piddling with it. Because we're not going to heat set it. We're not going to wash it. So what could I use instead of ink? And I always do use something different. Okay, let me get this off because I don't want anything to get on it. And then I'll use this next row up. See how I put the row that has paste on it away off of the project so it doesn't get anything on it. So what medium am I using now? Cindy says paste. Jana says paste. What else? What do y'all think? Are those my only two answers? Nobody else is going to answer? We've got a big lag time today. I truly hope my head is not in the way, is it? Sometimes I watch creators and when they have to stand up and lean over their project, their head is in the way the whole time. And I'm thinking, oh no, I hope I don't do that. Okay, I got 2 pastes. That's it. Nobody else wants to guess what I'm using? It's a Chalk Couture product. And we have only 2 mediums to chalk with or to stencil with. And we've already talked about why we would use ink. So what is this? What is this? So I took, this was a $5 lamp, $4.99, and it was half price. So I got it for $2.49, I think is what they charged me. $2.49. And the reason I got it was for this project. But even if I hadn't have got it for this project, this would be perfect to sit in the part of your room that you don't have uh, any plugs, right? All right, let's get this one right here. We'll do a new one right there. Now, the reason I brought in some goldy orange, goldy yellow, is because the little stencil that I am going to decoupage on has some of this color in it. So I took a $2.50 lamp, $2.50, and I modified it. And this, whoops, 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 this is what it looks like now. Throw some hearts if you like that. Is that not stinking cute? Now, let me tell you about these X's. They were dark black when I started. And so I started to paint over them in white. And then I was going to paint the second coat, the whole thing white. Girl, it was taking too long. So I immediately took my stencil eraser, got it wet, and started rubbing that white paste. And all of my dark lines turned gray, just like the base. And then this inside here turned a little bit whiter as well. It was a darker cream. So, all in all, the happy little accident turned out pretty cute, I think. If you like it, throw some hearts. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Love it. Okay, now it's time to get our, y'all are right, I used paste on that transfer. On that surface. Because I'm never going to wash it, right? Thanks for all the hearts. Okay. My husband sanded this for me, and I'm so thankful that he did because it would just hurt my little hands to sand it, right? I'm going to take wax. Who can tell me why I'm using wax? This is a wood surface. What's my new saying? What's my new saying? I know it's looking good, isn't it, Cindy? Thank you. I sanded it and now I'm waxing it. Why? Why? What's my new saying? And it'll help everybody. I've got designers on here. Those are people under me that get a percentage off. If you are thinking you like what I am doing and would like a percentage off of everything, type 30, hashtag 30 and off. Hashtag 30 and off. And if it comes from a tree, you must wax it. That's right. So that's paper, that's a wood anything. Let's see what else comes from a tree. Hmm. Paper and wood are what I can think of right now. So I gave it a good coat of wax. And what that does, just like Cindy said, good, Fergie, just like Cindy said, is so the stencil doesn't pull up whatever you've got under it. Also, let's say it's just raw wood and you did it. It's so you're saving your stencil, right? You're saving your stencil from getting ruined. Now, I chose, and Fergie, if you would look this up for me, I chose this stencil to do my project with. And it used to be called Elegant Flourish Pattern. But we've got a new one that is the same or almost the same. And Miss Fergie's going to look that up for you. And after the show, if you would like the stencils that I am using, all you have to do is ask for them, and I will send you a cart link. Huh. I will send you a cart link and you can go pick these up. Oh my gosh. Somebody keeps messaging me. If it comes from a tree, don't leave it be. Wax it. I just made that up. I don't know if y'all could tell. I was real proud of myself. If it comes from a tree, don't leave it be. All right. What you want is you want to get this down with no bubbles or ridges. There's a little bubble over here. We're going to press it out. All right. So we've got this stencil down, and I think this is the same one, if I'm not mistaken, that Fergie used 2 hours ago. Hello, Miss Barb. Good to see you. Now, this is not Storm. It is Grayish. It is grayish, and it's one of my favorite colors that we have. And all I'm doing is pressing this paste into the silk screen. So we've used this paste 2 different ways. We painted with it, and now we're chalking with it, or like Lisa said, stenciling with it. You just came in to use the facilities? Okay. That's what he said. Hmm. Yeah, I heard him cough. Bye. My grandson lives with us, and sometimes he is not well on command. You know what I mean? He is 15. Sometimes he is not well on command. He loves school, but he also loves to stay up and play his video games. So, but he did not stay up last night because this morning he told me that he was up all night long in the bathroom. And I had to explain to him, I had to correct him real quick. I said, "You were not, because I got up 5 times last night and I checked on you and you were in bed asleep." So he didn't use that excuse anymore. Now, what is this transfer called, Fergie, that we have out right now that's this same transfer? All right, we're ready to pull up. And you just peel and reveal. And this is the same transfer that Fergie used today. Fergie used the same transfer today on her project. Good afternoon, Miss Donna. Let me write you down, guys. Be sure to tell me if you sprinkle, because every show I'm going to give out an A-size transfer for sprinkling. I may give out one for sprinkling and commenting. I know they all love to stay up and play those games. I may give one for sprinkling and liking and following my page. All those things. All right, now I need to see one thing. Here it is. Okay, I think this will be fine there, but I do need to do something right there. But what is it gonna be? Uh, all right, I see that. Okay, so this goes down here. So it repeats itself. So all I got to do is line it up. And I'm going to pull it this way just a little bit. And it's not going to be perfect. But you know what? We're going to have so much going on this page, we're not going to worry about it. Where is my stuff? It's right here. Hey, Cindy, thank you for letting me know, Cindy. Give me just a second and I'll write it down. I'm right here on my... Like I said, this ain't going to be perfect right here, but we're going to have something. Oh, golly, you can't tell the difference. That is perfect. Perfect, perfect. Y'all are getting some, y'all are getting some song today, aren't you? What have I got left? Almost 20 minutes. I have 4 that play a game together. I hear them talking from the other room when they are here. Yes, I know. It's funny, isn't it? And sometimes they text each other instead of talk. I think that's funny too. And they're in the same room. They're in the same room. I'm not ready to fold that yet. Okay. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that beautiful? Let me zoom in on it a little bit. Isn't that beautiful? Mm, mm. So if you want to the code, you want to know what I'm using this afternoon. Um, what is that? Cart. If you want the cart link to what I'm using, type cart link, and I will get you what I'm using. I really want to dry that right there. Okay, so that is that. Now, let's do it back. Actually, we can keep it right in like that. Keep it right in because right there is where I'm going to be working. Okay. Let me set this to the side just a minute. And I'm ready to get something I'm going to decoupage. I really wanted to use this one because this one is my colors, right? But this one I need something from the side, not face on. So this one was perfect. Now, let me get my little water pen. And I'm going to try. Hmm, 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 hmm. I'll do out here first. And out here, I just want to, rough cut around. This is a water pen. You put water in it and you squeeze it out. And then you just come in here and tear it. And when you tear it, it makes it easy. So easy to tear. Look at that. Look at how pretty that is. Now, I'm wondering, and I'm not the best at math, but I think if I put this down right here and I draw a and I do my, you may not even can see me, you can see part of it, and I do my wet line right around here, it is going to be the same curve as the inside. Now, if I were a math major and not just a school teacher, right? Thank you, Sandy Bullard. Write your name down. Write your name down. Oops, oops, oops. All right, I need to go on and start because I'm going to draw for today. Let me get this out of the way. It's going to be really cute, and I'm going to put a whole um little vignette together. A whole, and yes, I know it did that. It should come right back, but it didn't. So there it goes. All right. So now I'm just going to tear it around what I think that curve should be. And let's just hope it is. And I found when there's very little paper to tear, you just have to go in little bitty pieces, right? Now this is not decoupage paper. This is something I got from Temu. I got some bunnies, which I did a bunny the other day, and he's cute. Got another one over here, another bunny over here. Well, that curve doesn't look quite right, but it may be. It may be. Okay, we want to get this up. Nope, it's not. Well, it's pretty close. It is pretty close. Okay, so I need to tear this and tear this because that doesn't look right. Just straight like that. Let's tear those two straight edges just a tad. So the colors in my quilt are blues, and I have golds, and I have yellows, and I have I don't think I've got black, but that's okay. There's not a lot of black here. All right, now I need my decoupage, and I keep all my favorite things just right here so I can get to them just by turning around, or right over here to the side so I can get them just to turn around. All right, what did I miss? Sprinkled, so pretty. Okay, so I use the Mod Podge that is matte, M-A-T-T-E. It is water paste glue. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up, whoops, I'm going to pull up, and I'm going to do a little bit at a time. And if I get a little bit more, farther out than I should, that's okay. If I don't get far enough out there, that's not okay. So, who did something exciting this weekend? Because I did, and I want to share with you. I went with my friends. There ended up being 13 of us, and we went to a place called Grand Oaks. It's in Scottsboro, Alabama. And we had a scrapbooking retreat. So we call it a scrapbooking retreat, although not all of us scrapbook anymore. Some of us don't do paper scrapbooking anymore. They do digital scrapbooking where they just bring their computer and they sit there all weekend on their computer, which is fine. Personally, I like to do wood scrapbooking, not wood, paper scrapbooking. I love the paper. Love, love, love the paper. Now, if I were to do this again, I probably would tear that in there a little bit more. I think it's still a little too straight. And I probably could because it's wet. Let's see. I am not, there we go. I am not a decoupager by heart. Yeah, I like that better. And I haven't even stood back and looked at it. Okay, so the 13 of us went. Yeah, we all get our own bed. They're twin beds there. Um, we have a huge craft space that everybody can sit in. And we had people there. If you are not in my VIP group and would like to be, type VIP or hashtag VIP, and I will send you the link so you can go over and ask to be in my VIP group. And but I went live on this page on my Two Chicks Craft page. I went live on this page Saturday morning, I think, and showed what everybody was doing. We have we had one lady that was doing diamond painting. Type diamond if you've ever done that. One lady was two ladies were doing paint by numbers. And my husband says, "Oh, that's easy, paint by numbers." And then I showed him how small the numbers really were. Uh, we had one, two, three, four, five, six of us that were doing paper crafting, and two that were doing um, digital crafts. Okay. Okay. So here we go. Here's our tray. Here's our lamp. See, I can't even tell where that other is. Here's our lamp. I have a acrylic tray, which I made from Chalk Couture's, I'm sorry, resin. It's a resin tray. Isn't it beautiful? Turn it around this way. And then I have a plant. Okay. So here it is here. And you really can't, I'm going to move this over here just a little bit. Here it is here. What do you think? What do you think? Is it pretty? Throw some hearts. Throw some hearts. And looking at it, I wonder if I need to maybe put just a smidge of something here. Decoupage. What do you think? Put maybe just a smidge here, a smidge here, so that doesn't look so out of the way. Thank you, Fergie. Thank you, Sandy. What do y'all think? I'm thinking I need a little. Now, where would you put this in your house? It could go on a coffee table. It could go on a settee. It could go, I'm going to put mine on my bed. on the end of my bed when I make it. So this is what it looks like as it's sitting on the bed. Isn't that pretty? Oh, I love it. It turned out just like I thought it would, except for I think I need a couple of more small areas of hem. Type B if you think I need a couple of small areas of. Thank you, Julie. And I did some decoupaging, Julie. Ah, what do you think? Type B if you think I could use a couple of more of these. Just small areas, nothing too big. While you do that, I'm going to get my papers set out here. And I'm just going to lay them. And who was the last one? Okay, Sandy agrees. Sandy, I'm going to put these papers out here. There's no rhyme or reason to how I put them out. And I'm going to let you give me a number. I wished I could see my pages that had sprinkled me out. Because if I could, then I'd do them all at one time. I think that's what I'll do. I think I'll put my pages on a sheet of paper too, and then after I will just post a post telling who won the A size transfers. I think that's what I do. Okay. A couple of people said I agree, so that's great. All right, coming up next in the sensational creators events group is Mary Lisa with L&N Lucky Crafts. And her husband goes live with him. And they're kind of funny. She'll be live for an hour. And then we have one or two after that. Thank you, Melissa Wilson. I will write you down and put you in the running for a stencil. Guys, I appreciate it. Good night. I will put a picture in here later showing my finished product. Go watch Mary. Go watch Lisa Mary. You can go up and you can refresh this page. If you're on the Sensational Creators Events group, you can go up and refresh this page and just watch her right here. Good night, everybody. Thanks for watching.